Am I on? All right. All right. We're having technical difficulties. It's kind of like me next to a computer. Control-Alt-Delete is my favorite thing to do on a computer. So 757 House Whisperers Show. I am the founder and co-host of the 757 House Whisperers Show. Want to invite you guys to listen to a fantastic show. We got some great co-hosts tonight. We're going to have a great time. Whether you have fun or not, we will. And I want to remind you guys why we started the show, right? The reason we started the show was to help the 757 homeowners, to help them with their houses. There are so many problems with houses, from roofs all the way down to the crawl spaces. I mean, from gutters to siding to framing to insulation to heating and air conditioning, electrical, plumbing, all the problems that people have in houses. We know there are thousands of problems with these houses. And our goal as contractors to kind of join forces and try and help homeowners figure out what in the world is wrong with their house. Because a house is a system. It all works together. You know, so we kind of join forces to, hey, look, this is a little bit on the heating and air side. No, it's a little bit in the crawl space. It's a little bit in the attic. You know, trying to come up with solutions for people. We have been, as people in the field every single day for the last 20 plus years, all of us have been in the field over 20 years. We have been helping one homeowner at a time fix their problems. And I felt like there would be a great way to, somebody calls in and asks a question about problems with their house. I can help thousands of listeners at the same time helping this one homeowner. It's kind of a public service announcement show where we're helping people fix their houses, figure out their problems. What you never want to do is just go spend money and then not fix the solution. So many people have symptoms of problems. Give me an example. I think the best example that explains my building science geekness. Someone has a problem with the sweaty ductwork. So they call a ductwork guy. He comes out and he replaces the ductwork. What happens the first hot day after the duct sweated? It sweats again, right?
Yep,
so
I know all that.
That was a symptom of the problem. The problem was the crawl space was too hot and too humid. The ductwork was doing its job, getting 50, 40 degrees on the inside of that duct. But the problem was there was a symptom. Someone fixed the symptom, didn't come up with a solution to fix the whole entire house. So if he'd have encapsulated, that duct would have never sweat again. So
talking about Band-Aid solutions, right?
Yeah, kind of looking at the whole house as a system, right? There's
everything works together.
Everything works together. So having contractors that communicate and kind of talk together. None of us are supported by the other one. Like, we're all independent contractors, but we just wanted to kind of come together, put together a show that says, hey, look, what about this? What about this? Well, how about this? Well, I don't know. I mean, I know enough about roofs to be dangerous, but I don't know as much as Justin. So I call out Justin. I'm like, hey, I'm on this roof looking at this flue pipe. Get your butt over here. I need some help. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a, network of contractors, I guess. So I don't know. I just think it's a pretty cool idea to be able to help people, especially people in our area. So I'm going to remind you what the phone number is: 757-627-7979. 627-7979. That is to call in and ask questions. We got a couple trivia questions. I know last week I had this great wrestling trivia question for all my buddies out there that wrestle.
We gave out the answer.
We didn't. That's why I'm going to repeat it this way.
I might know the answer. What was the question?
Let's see. So there was an Olympic champion that was undefeated, went 6-0, became an Olympic champion. But what is so impressive about this guy, not one single point was scored on him.
His name is Chuck Worley.
Yeah, right. No.
In his dreams.
He would have technical faulted me. He was probably 50 pounds lighter, and he still would have beat me. Heck, he's probably 100 now, and he'd probably still beat me. But anyway, what is it? What was that song that Toby Keith said? We were once as good as we once was.
Yeah.
So that would be me. I was once as good as I thought I was, or whatever that Toby Keith song was.
I'm as good now as I ever was.
I ever thought I was.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
All right, you got to look that up. So
somebody call in. Hey, somebody call in with that question. Answer that question.
You got it. That's a trivia question.
On that one?
We need
Bring
that.
call
Toby
us.
Keith.
What is it? Because we're kind of fumbling around with
that. We lost him last
so.
year, right? Didn't we lose him in 2024? Yeah. So big battle with cancer, but yeah. So call in with that statement. I know there's got to be a Toby Keith fan out there that knows that statement.
Keith,
so
I don't know. I have time to listen to it.
So, well, I'm going to introduce, while you guys are calling in, 627-7979. Call in with any questions or answer my trivia question. I know there's some wrestling studs out there from the 80s that are friends of mine that would know this call. I know Paul Vasquez, if he's listening, he will know the answer.
A coffee card, right?
That's right. You get a coffee. Yep. You get a gift certificate to a coffee house. And it's a
whether you call in with the wrong answer, whether
doesn't
you call
matter.
in with
You
the
call
question.
in at all, you answer questions, or you call in with a question about your house. The purpose of our show is to help people. So 627-7979. I will introduce myself. I'm the founder and co-host of the 757 House Whisperers show, but I'm also the CEO of Worley's Home Services, Chuck Worley. HVAC, heating, plumbing, air conditioning, ductwork, plumbing, electrical, crawl space encapsulations, insulation, spray foam. You pretty much, houses talk to me. There's not much that we can't fix on the house. I will introduce Michael Davenport. He's not here tonight, but he owns CVP, Custom Vinyl Products, windows and doors. And I will let Mr. Albin introduce himself.
So my name is Albin. I'm with Albin Co. We specialize in remodels, whether it be kitchens, baths. We also do additions and renovations. We're a Class A contractor. We've been working on renovations for, it's been 20 years now, 24 years. So, as far as our experience goes, we have over 30 years of experience. I wanted to go ahead and introduce Justin with Pyramid Roofing. They specialize in re-roofs. They're one of the few left in the area that will do repairs to roofs. So if you have a issue with your
roof inspections for these
roof
crazy insurance companies that keep calling people saying you got to replace your roof.
Yeah, it's kind of a new fad for the insurance companies. I don't know if maybe it won't change because they're hitting it pretty hard right now. We actually were on a project where that happened recently, and the customer we basically got a call during the construction phase, and they were like, "Yeah, we're canceling your insurance." So we had to back up proof of the remodel and the shingles and all that stuff, and give them all.
It's ridiculous, but insurances. I've never met an insurance brokerage that lost because they weren't making money.
Yeah, exactly. So they're really in the driver's seat. So you really need to be proactive about making sure your roof is in tip-top shape, and Justin will help you in that matter.
Justin with Pyramid Roof, the yellow truck guy.
Yes, sir. All right, and Cindy.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Sindi Rowell, owner-operator of Alpha Pest Solutions. We're a full-service exterminating company. If it creeps or crawls, we come get it. We also do inspections when people are buying and selling the home. We do termite treatments, fungus treatments, powder post beetles, carpenter ants, carpenter bees.
You like to kill stuff.
I do.
Do you have a license for that?
I am. I'm the only woman you know with a license to kill. How about that? So I've been doing this for
trivia question.
Quite
You got to do the trivia question. What's the largest?
Don't forget Jack Keller first.
Right.
We do.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So also not here with us tonight, but a member of our group here is Jack Keller with Legacy Painting. He's located in Yorktown, Virginia, but he goes all over like most of us do. He does painting, interior, exterior. He also does drywall, so y'all keep that in mind too. If you've got something going on and you need a good person to come out and take a look.
Not
Jack's
new
really
construction,
good.
not,
Stuff,
just like somebody steps through a ceiling or
somebody like me.
Yeah, exactly. But so your trivia question: what is the largest
rat
that you?
That
I mean,
have?
that is the best trivia question
Yeah.
because I don't guess low. Do not guess low.
Do not guess low. No,
I
got one this week.
I mean,
it was
it's-
pretty good size, but I think Damien was looking up the.
Yeah, largest brown roof rat in particular? And if you bonus question, if
Norwegian
you know
red
what
rats.
species,
Would that be in the U.S.?
U.S. only.
I think that's a good.
U.S. only. But if also
I think
bonus question,
species is good.
if
Yeah,
you know the
species is good.
species that is the largest rat that can be found in America, that's its own separate thing.
And what are they after for food when they're inside your home?
Yeah, we were
the brown
just
roof rat?
discussing that.
Okay.
Like, what is their favorite food, or what do they typically go for? So,
No, they don't eat that.
yeah.
I got a pretty.
I'm
hard
sorry, I
one.
got a reflux problem.
Yeah.
No, Chuck,
You know-
rats do not chew their own cud. That is
No.
not the right answer.
You know, cats are around to scare off rats. I'm kind of thinking these rats we're talking about, size-wise,
Would scare off the
they
cat,
would be
yeah.
scaring off
I'll
the
tell you
cat.
what.
My
so-
cat's a wuss.
The one that I got this
He'll
week.
tear up a cricket, but
The one that I got this week is bigger than 2 of my dogs.
Yeah, so
Oh, my
these rats
tiny
here
dogs.
would make
I
your
do a lot.
your
they're small dogs. But
But
these rats here will make your cat quit. They'll
Yep.
be like, "Nope,
Yep.
I'm checking out."
I'll tell
This
you
is
what.
it." So,
I'll tell you what. As a woman, it'll make your husband run.
exactly. Exactly. That is.
Hey, let's
that is crazy.
get some calls coming in. We got, we need that answer to that. What was the singer that you said sang that song? We're trying to figure out.
Oh,
the
Toby
words of
Keith.
words. Yeah,
Toby
so
Keith.
See if you can get the
Yeah,
call.
we got
in
a
for
lot of
that.
trivia questions out here
Yeah, some
tonight.
pretty cool stuff. And then we were talking it up. We wanted to find out if you could answer these questions. The favorite food for mice.
Or rats.
Yeah, mice too.
okay,
We figured,
okay.
if you got, maybe you don't have rats, but you know that you got some mice that are eating some stuff and they keep gravitating
they're
towards.
pretty
I got some
soft
bats
stuff.
in my belfry. Does
I
that
know
count?
nobody
That's
wants
it?
to fess up about
Bats
having
are
mice
good.
or rats in their house,
Dude,
but this is
it's-
the time of year. If you've got a little hole
Yeah, they're coming
in the
in.
wall, they're doing everything they
They're
can to
bad this year,
defeat
too. They're
that. It's
everywhere.
just full defensive mode right now to try
Yeah,
to
they're-
keep them out
they're
of your
cold.
house and out of your crawl space. So. Or out of your engine space in your cars. I mean, they're
There's
looking
that.
at
Mhm.
Oh,
all
yeah.
kinds
Chew up
of
the
stuff like
wires in
that.
your-
Chew
So-
up
Yeah, chew 'em
wires
up,
and-
mhm.
Yeah, I've definitely seen. Yeah, I mean,
if there's a
this-
warm
destructive.
spot, they're going to try to find
Yep.
it. In
That's why I
nests in it.
tell-
So.
Insulation.
Yeah, that's why me and you went the same place at the same time. That
Yes,
is
we
funny.
did.
We both go to
Whoa.
talk at the same time. So this is why I call bat insulation underneath a house the Holiday Inn.
Yep.
Yeah. The
That's what I
Holiday Inn
call
for
it.
rats.
The Holiday
Tell
Inn
Motel
for
Holiday
animals.
Inn.
Animals, period.
Yeah.
I mean the animals, because
Even
snakes.
roaches.
Snakes are going to cause.
Yep.
They're going to follow the rats, right? So where's the
Right.
rats at?
Yep.
So I will tell you a weird story about roaches. But anyway, this is 627-7979. Call in with any questions or call in to answer these trivia questions. We got time. We got lines open, so call in. And let me tell you this interesting so we're doing an encapsulation. It's probably 5, 6, 7 years ago. There's a very clean single man living in a 4,000 square foot house. This man had the most beautiful house you have ever seen, spotless, and I mean,
Is he in Newport News?
No, he's in Virginia Beach.
Okay.
Spotless house. Like this guy was meticulous. Like I couldn't believe a man lived there. Like it was spotless. Like it. I mean, I've been a bachelor before. My houses did not look like this, right? I mean, pristine. So my guys called me. They're pulling the insulation out, and he goes, "So yeah, we got roaches under this house." I said, "Let me tell you something. I've been in that house. There is no way.
Yep.
There is absolutely zero. I will bet the farm." Like this, there is no way that guy has rats in his house, right? So anyway, I go over there. He said he pulled the insulation down,
Come down
and
like
it was like
blood.
marbles.
Yep.
He
Wow.
pulled the insulation back down, and it was like marbles hitting a concrete floor,
Yep.
like hundreds. I was like,
I've seen it.
there is no way.
Way.
Like there's no. This house is. I mean, there's clean houses, but I'm telling you, man, you could eat off the floor in this guy's house, right? So anyway, I get over there. I'm like, son of a, there is roaches
it.
everywhere. So we go out, and so what was happening? So I have to go have this conversation. Hey, we don't do it. Call Sindi, call the pest control. We don't do this, but I'm embarrassed to bring this up because his house is so clean, right? And I said, look, man, we got some, and he goes, like, I didn't know if he's going to get mad, like, because this house is,
Yeah,
like, he's very
yeah.
proud of his house, right? So
But it
Anyway,
isn't all about
he
cleanliness
goes,
for roaches.
he goes, no, he goes, you know what? I've noticed them on my back porch. And I said, well, let's go back there. Let's see what's up. He was feeding feral cats.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They were coming. They were living in the insulation, I guess, from a kitchen or whatever from before, and grew. Never came inside. They didn't have to. They had food. They had comfort underneath
Water,
the house, right?
Everything they needed.
So they had water because he had moisture under the house. So he had water. They had the food source was the cats. So they'd come out, they'd eat and come back in. There was like this row, like it was like an ant farm, like it was just going back and forth, right? So I just could not believe this. So what had happened was he found a feral cat, and then another feral cat showed up. So he's got like 3-4 feral cats, and he's feeding them. And these roaches are. But I was so scared to
But
tell
you know what
him.
he doesn't have? He probably doesn't have a mouse problem.
He does not.
Because of the feral cats.
Yeah, he does not have a mouse problem. Yeah, he did not. But it just blew me away because you think clean, you think no rat. I mean, no, no rats either, but no roaches. But that doesn't have anything to do with it, does it?
My
They
dad
got
was
what they need.
My dad was in the ship repair business, and so in the port, they had cat problems there, like overrun with cats. So
Were they nuclear cats? Like they're like
yeah, I don't know about that, but
the size of
Shipyard
dogs.
cats.
you know,
Yeah.
so one time they were like, okay, we're just going to get rid of all the cats. And they went on a rampage to get rid of all the cats. Well, they
That was
got
a
rid of all the
bad idea.
cats. What do you think happened? when they got
Rats
rid of them?
infested.
Yeah. So what do you think they did?
Brought cats.
They brought
back.
the cats back in. And
Yeah.
what they did was they would nip the ears of the cats so they would know which ones had been neutered or spayed.
Oh, well,
and
that's
that
a
way
good
they
idea.
could keep track of it. They see any new ones without any nipped ears, they would hunt them down and get them neutered and release them back out, so that the
Interesting.
cats would not, overtake the place.
What year was that? Do you think?
Oh, this was in like 80, somewhere between 85 and 95.
I vaguely remember. I went to the apprentice school from 89 to 95. I was there, but I vaguely remember hearing that story about, we used to not have rats, and then now we didn't have cats, and then the rats came back.
Yeah.
So that must have been, right before I got
So
there.
cats really, they really can put a hurting on mice and rat populations.
Yeah. I probably need one for my daggone barn.
Barn
but
cat.
I know
keep
it.
telling you, barn cat.
I know it. That's
I can find you one if you want.
yeah, I probably need one.
You can get one from
but-
the SPCA, just an older one that, just don't tell them all the details. But, an older cat that's going to get, go to sleep soon. Yeah. Get yourself a
See
cat
if he's
for
a
few
mouser.
years.
See if he's a mouser.
Make sure they have their claws.
Oh, we got a call.
Yes.
Somebody wants to answer
hey,
the
let's
trivia question.
let's have a Miss Suzanne.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hey.
I called to answer your Toby Keith question.
Oh, great.
All right, we got a Toby
Are
Keith
you
fan.
gonna sing it? You gonna sing it for us?
Heck no.
No, you have to sing it. That's part of the deal.
Yeah, you got to play along. We'll
Well,
sing
we
with you.
appreciate you calling in with the
No,
answer.
tell us the lyric. I guess is that.
Let me try. I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was.
That's
That is
go.
it. Yeah.
Yes, and she
Fantastic
sang
job
it.
singing
That
it.
is-
Excellent, Suzanne.
That is fantastic.
You are famous now.
You are, and you sang it for us.
Yeah.
You sang it
She
for
did
us.
it.
We might have to get you 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah, for
I knew
sure.
it.
That's good. So you live over in Norfolk. How old is your house?
Well, I just moved in and I'm a renter, so.
Ah, okay. Well,
Yeah, my husband, we owned a house. We owned a house in Chesapeake, but my husband just sold it, so I literally just moved in over here in
Oh,
1st of November.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, with older houses, is there anything like? I mean, I think my dad's house was God. It's got to be 70 years old now. Down off of Nathan Avenue, right off of Little Creek Road. But those houses been there a minute. And Roosevelt Shopping Center. I always try and show Azalea Inn. Everybody knows the area. No, I don't know where that's at. Azalea Inn. Oh yeah, right on Little Creek Road.
Actually,
That's
yeah,
where
I just learned that the other night. A friend of my husband introduced him to the pizza at Azalea Inn, so we had to go get one. So
Yeah.
first time pizza.
Yeah, Azalea Inn's been there since probably before I was born. It was.
Yeah, you're a baby.
It's been there. It's been there a minute, and I'm 56, and
Still a baby.
I'm pretty sure it was there before me. But yeah, I went to St. Pius right there off of Little Creek Road. So very familiar with eating that pizza at Azalea. Azalea. So, but good stuff. Well, thank you for the call in. Thank you for the song, and we will mail you out that gift card for calling in. So, as anybody, we got 627-7979. We're getting ready to go to break in 30 seconds here. So 627-7979. Take that time to call in. Answer your questions on your house problems.
Be right back.
Go. This is the 757 House Whisperer Show. This is the founder and co-host Chuck Worley of 757 House Whisperer Show. I am with Worley's Home Services. I'm the CEO. We do heating and air, electrical, plumbing, crawl space encapsulations, spray foam insulation. You name it, we do it. I'm going to let everybody kind of introduce. I guess I can introduce Mike Davenport again with CVP, not to be confused with CNP, which is a Bell company, Bell Atlantic company.
Once upon a time, you're telling your age now.
I am. Actually, I was junior achievement in high school. CNP sponsored our Company of the Year. We actually won Company of the Year, and of course, I was the Salesman of the Year.
Of course you were.
Yes, but that was neat.
That
they
was a
came in
throwback
once a
moment
week.
in your head,
Yeah,
huh?
that was. Is this Thursday? Is this Throwback Thursday?
Nope.
But yeah, they'd come in once a week and help us with junior achievement, learn how to open our own business, and so that's probably where some of my roots. Some of my roots. Of course, that paper route helped a lot too.
Yeah.
But Michael Davenport with CVP custom vinyl products with windows and doors. And Mike is a fantastic guy, and he's not going to sit in your house for 4 hours to sell you a window because he's busy, but he will educate you on windows.
Yeah, and he's also reaching out to the Richmond market. So
he is. He is breaking into the Richmond market.
So
you know anybody that needs windows up there, reach out to us you can text us at 955-9415. Text us any information, and we can get Mike with you. So that number again is 955-9415, and you can text the show, text questions, text trivia questions, although Cindy's husband did answer the question for Toby Keith about 20 minutes ago, but we didn't see his text. So we're watching it now.
He don't count.
Yeah, he don't count. All right, go ahead, Albin.
Not for trivia.
So
Not for trivia.
I am Albin with Albin Co. We specialize in remodels, kitchens, baths. We also do additions. We will build new homes, and we'll even put you up another floor if you want to go up a level. So, so we are a Class A contractor, and we will help you get your remodel done. And I would like to introduce to you Justin with Pyramid Roofing. They specialize in roofs and also roof repairs and inspections. He will get the job done for you. Cindy?
I'm Sindi Rowell with Alpha Pest Solutions. I am your critter getter, or as I'm also known as the only woman you know with a license to kill.
You really need to brand that.
I know.
Cindy the critter getter.
The critter getter. Yeah,
That's
I can be that
hysterical.
too. I can be that too. So anything that creeps or crawls at your house, I'll come get it for you and get rid of it, and you don't have to even look at it. You don't have to even see it. Just let me know.
Yeah, it's kind of catchy.
That doesn't
Cindy,
include neighbors, right?
So Cindy
That's
the critter getter.
creepy neighbors.
Yeah, it's just amazing. I like that. So.
So also I'm going to introduce you. Jack Keller is not with us tonight, but he is the owner-operator of Legacy Painting in Yorktown. He does interior, exterior painting and also drywall, and he also does kitchen cabinets. And one thing that Jack and also Justin kind of put out there a lot, and I think we all think this same way, is when you've had somebody come out and take a look at your home and you get this estimate on something and it just doesn't sound quite right to you, it sounds like, gosh, that might be a little bit high, or do I even need that? That's when you need one of us. I had a friend of mine. She'd been with this company for 15 years. They came out to do their annual inspection, and they told her she had a rat infestation. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I got rats." So they wanted $2,000 to take care of the rats, and then $100 a month to come back and monitor the situation. So her husband went in behind her and he didn't see anything. Well, she's a stylist where I get my hair done. And so she said, can you come take a look? So I went and took a look. Not one single piece of rat poop or mice poop in that whole crawl space or
Hold on,
house.
let me get this straight.
So,
You're telling me that there are contractors out there that do not tell the truth.
absolutely. It causes
Cindy,
me.
I am shocked.
It causes me.
shocked.
It causes me not to be able to sleep at night. It's some of the things that I see that are being done to people. It's bad.
So
it's really
just
bad.
character and integrity matter.
Right. It's
Doing the right
everything.
thing matters. We have people on this show that truly matters to. So that's so heartbreaking.
It
so
is.
That's
So along the lines of rats, though, we had a question here. Go ahead, Cindy. What was our question about rats?
Well, there was a couple of things. So another one that we put out there was inside your home, what are rats or mice looking for?
Yeah, what are they attracted to food-wise?
So food-wise inside your home, dog food.
Oh, wait, you're not supposed to answer it.
Oh,
yeah, you told
Yeah,
answers.
well, that was one
well,
of
that's
the
the
trivia
question.
There's
questions.
more.
Well,
No,
You
there's
cannot
more.
get a coffee
There's
out
more.
of
There's
that.
more.
So,
There's more.
okay, that was a teaser.
And I can even tell you how I know.
Yeah, so we so the other questions just before we go to this caller that just called in, just to keep you guys calling in, what are rats like in houses food wise? What are mice like? And we were also talking about what is the largest? What were you saying? The largest rat caught or known on the U.S. or soil or what?
And the species.
Yeah, the largest U.S. Brown tree rat ever caught. And second question,
Is that Norwegian?
Yeah,
Is
it's
that-
a Norwegian
Yes.
tree
Yeah,
rat,
yeah.
also known as the brown rat.
The
But
Norwegian roof rat.
it'd also be fun. Give me the one of the top 3 cities in the United States that with the highest rat population. You
Okay,
can't
top
say New
3
York
cities.
City because that's too much of a giveaway. They have
Yeah,
the largest
yeah,
rat, which if you know the size of the largest rat, that's a New York rat. And
You got to tell them.
City.
You got to
Fair
tell
enough.
them. You got to tell them.
The largest rat?
Yeah, you got to tell them.
Nearly 2 feet is what it said. It was more than 21 inches long and
Good
only
night.
about 2 pounds.
2
That is-
pounds.
So it must have been
Insane.
fluffy. Must have been fluffy.
Wow, that's just
Yeah.
big.
Yeah,
That's
that's just
big. Well, we
gross.
got a caller, Josh in Moyock. He's got a question about refrigeration change.
Yes, sir, Mr. Josh.
Chuck, how are you, sir? This is Josh Walton. Good to talk
Hey,
to
what's
you, buddy.
up, buddy?
Hey, Josh.
How are you?
I am well.
Hi,
I am
Josh.
well.
Good. Love the show, man. Hey, talk to me real quick about the A2L changes January 1. What are your plans
That is
to
a
adapt the new stuff or to
yes.
stick with 410 for a while?
Yeah, no, it's I'm not excited about it, but
Is that the
anything
stuff that
with
has the
propane,
propane
it's
in it?
got the
Yeah.
propane in it, which I've been to classes, I'm getting educated on it. If you don't understand something, get it and get more education on it. The flame and Josh may even be able to speak to it, but the flames, what is it when the flames or the spark start or the flame where something can be flammable
Ignition?
is so low.
Combustion.
The combustion, it's just so low that it's not really an issue.
Flashpoint.
It's flashpoint is I think the word they were using. So it's so low, but I don't know. I just hear something with propane in it. It makes me nervous, right? So you want to do more education, but it is safe. We're going forward. I mean, the EPA is kind of forcing everybody to go to that. I mean, we had same reservations back in the 90s when we were, R22, R12, all that stuff was getting shut down, and we went to 410A, and I made a decision in 2001 that I'm not selling R22. So I maybe sold a handful of R22 units in 20, 30, 25 years. But so we went to the R410A, right? So it's kind of the same thing. We're moving to it. It is safe.
What kind of advantages you get, Chuck? From
I mean,
that?
it's
What kind of
got to
SHIT
be
ratings?
less ozone and stuff. I mean, everything's about
EPA,
that.
So this is more
I just think
EPA
that
driven than more
it's
efficiency
100% EPA driven, and there is efficiency driving it too. But definitely the EPA pretty much drives everything.Ouldn't you agree?
Yes, it does for me
Yeah.
too.
I mean, it's yeah.
They're just trying to make Freon great again. That's all it is.
Yeah. Let's go with that. Yeah, it's we're definitely trying to make Freon great again. But people are nervous about, like, we still have, I mean, the manufacturers, I think January 1 was supposed to be the drop dead start date, but now they've kicked that back to later in the year now because, I mean, you guys manufacturer wise have so much supply, like we got to, dwindle down the supply. So I think they were trying to force it down the distributor's neck of, hey, look, we're moving to this, but we still got to not get rid of it, but you got to, we have stuff that's already made, so we need to put that
on the
stuff.
shelf needs to get going,
stock
right?
needs, we don't need to be wasteful. And, and the stuff like the R22 and the R410A, that stuff still works. It's still great, equipment. I mean, and I mean, what was it, up to about 3 or 4 years ago, you could still get R22 off the shelf. And I'm sure they got some black market stuff too, so it's not like it's going to be a nope, you can't buy R410 anymore. No, that's not going to be the case. You're always, I think it would be another 20 years before you couldn't get R410A. So at least 15 years. Like, they're not just going to stop production of it, right? So, there's a will, there's a way. Someone will figure out how to get Freon, right?
Right.
So I love the guys that call in, hey, I need some free zone.
Well,
what?
While we're on heating and cooling, I was having
And that's a great question, Josh.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Josh.
that.
Well, while we're on heating and cooling, we were talking about, a lot of people like to maybe bump their thermostat a little bit at night, so maybe save a little bit of money. Maybe some of them bump it a little bit too much and then expect to get up in the morning and they wake up to a cold house or a warm house, depending. What do you think is a good set point at night, to be sure that you can recover in the morning?
Everybody is different, right? My dad is 79. In a couple months, in 3 months, he'll be 79. I mean, he keeps it 78 degrees, 79 degrees in his house, right? Yeah. So I'm just kidding. It's not that bad, but it's warm, right? Mm-hmm. So, everybody is different. So you got to kind of make adjustments. We have thermostats that aren't actually the right temperature. I can't tell you how many times that we replaced a piece of equipment and they're like, nope, I kept it at 69 all the time. And I get there and it's hot, like I'm sweating to death at 69. I'm like, so their thermostat was off 3 or 4 degrees,
and that could be adjusted, right?
It could. So it was actually probably, it was cold in the house. I'm sorry. She had it set on 69. Nope, I'm gonna save money. It's on 69. She had one of those old manual mercury thermostats set on 69 degrees, which was not what it was set on. It was 69, but it was probably 72, 73. But she said, nope, 69. I get there, units on 69. I'm like I'm cold in her house. I'm like, why don't you turn the stat up? Oh no, I'm not turning the stat up. Because she's she's in her 70s. She was just like, no, I'm not wasting energy. I'm like,
73, Chuck.
Your thermostat was probably off 3 or 4 degrees. So while I was talking to her, we do happy checks and go back and check the equipment, the installation, make sure it's up to Chuck Worley's installation, industry standard versus industry standard. Make sure it's Worley standard, right? So I come back, and now we have QA guys going back and looking at these jobs. So while I was doing that, I was walking around the house. I kicked that sucker up to 72. She was in a sweatshirt. Poor man, she was like 85 pounds. So anyway, I'm talking to her, and she pulls her sweatshirt off. And she goes, man, it's got a little toasty in here. So I go over to the thermostat. I say, I need to show you something. She goes, oh, no, it's 72. I was like, ma'am, your thermostat was probably off because you're pulling did you ever wear a sweatshirt when your last system was on? No. I said, well, this system's more efficient. Your bill's not going to go up. It's more efficient, right? So anyway, next time I call her or see her, she's fine. She ended up negotiating the 71. But it was... it was a slab house.
There is a tremendous difference in efficiency now. It's unbelievable.
Gosh, yeah. And what your question was kind of gearing to, and I do, while I'm going through this, I'm going to remind you, 627-7979. Get a coffee gift card if you call in. Ask any questions about your house or problems with your house, or call in about the trivia question. And I cannot believe there's not a stud wrestler calling in with this answer. I am.
Maybe give a question, or just in case somebody is just
All right,
now
so
listening
yeah,
in,
that's a
so.
great idea. All right, there's got to be a wrestler out there that knows an Olympic champion that was so impressive, 6-0 as an Olympic champion that did not have 1 point scored on him the entire Olympics.
And the guy he defeated was far more impressive than he was.
No, it's not him. I saw that on your screen.
No,
it's
it wasn't
not him.
Crewellen?
No.
No? Okay.
It's not.
Because that guy was impressive.
Oh, he's Now
That guy was 887-2.
yeah, he was undefeated for like 10 years.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. That's a
that
different
dude
thing.
was a
Okay.
stud. But no, this one in particular, an Olympic champ, did not have a point scored on him. That's how good he was. Winning and becoming an Olympic champ is impressive.
His name's not. His name's no. His name's not Logan Hicks, is it?
No, it is not. No, it is not. But he is a grappling machine. He
Yes,
is a
he is.
jiu-jitsu monster.
Yeah.
So at 16, 17. So anyway, lost my whole train of thought. Dagnabbit.
Sorry.
It just happened. Oh, trivia question. Yeah. So I told you that. So going back to the heat pumps. So if you have gas versus heat pump, the recovery time with gas is so fast. It's not as efficient as a heat pump, but the gas recovery is so fast that it really doesn't. You can set it back 5, 6, 7 degrees. I've seen people set it back 7, 8, 9 degrees at night because that gas furnace comes on at 110 degrees, blowing through those vents. Within 30 minutes, 40 minutes, you're back to, well, a heat pump, it comes on and blows in the 90s. You're trying to get it to 70 degrees. It only blows in the 90s, so the recovery is so much longer. Then you got electric strips kicking in, trying to help it recover. So with a heat pump, you do not want to cut back your thermostat. But a couple degrees is fine. I have this thermostat war with my fiance. It's, because we're on a slab or inside a smog thing until we get back in our house. But while the remodel's going on, but it's on a slab. It's a heat pump. It's great. We got spray foam, but it's the recovery, you can't. So if we want it 72 degrees in the house and we cut it back to 65, it's going to take 4 to 5 hours to get that heat back up to 72 degrees. Why? Because it's 30 degrees outside. And the recovery, it's just not a fast recovery. It's efficient, but it's not fast.
If you have supplemental heating, like maybe a gas furnace that's not vented, like one that really produces heat, that would also be another way you could actually, if you had a heat pump, right? So if you got a heat pump, you want to knock it down a couple more than 2 degrees, like you suggest. We do this in our house, is we might turn on the furnace in the morning, like the fireplace.
Oh, yeah,
and,
yeah. Yeah,
it'll
that'll
warm
help.
it up pretty
That'll
dang fast.
I got one of each
So
in my
that would be
house.
another way to do it.
Which is
But
great.
as Chuck said, just a couple degrees, or else you'll be wishing you didn't.
It's not going to double your bill or anything, but if you want to be comfortable before you go to work, right? So I just would not. If you're trying to keep it 70 in there, dropping it back to 68 is not a big deal. Dropping it back to 65 is just you're not going to be happy. By the time you're going to be at work for 2 hours before it gets to 70.
Well, you also are kicking those electric heat strips in a lot
it's
more.
more
and
expensive.
You surely don't want to do
absolutely.
that. So if you,
Absolutely. So it looks like we've got a caller, Gary in Virginia Beach. Hey, Gary.
Hey, good evening. How are you?
we're doing
Hey,
great.
I wanted to revisit the new Freon that's coming out, and I'm not in the mechanical contracting business. I'm in the general contracting business, so I forgot what it is. But is it something like 34B or something like that?
That is a great question.
R490? 290.
Well, regardless of what it is, here's the lessons learned. We do mostly commercial construction, but we do, and the reason I'm suggesting this to you is you said, you're wanting to learn about it. We do some multifamily. So we've gotten caught up in a building that's already designed, and because of the quantities of the units needed, we've had to go to the new Freon, the units with the new Freon. They require the line sets to be in a rated chase because of that flammability problem. So I take that to one step further, and that's the building's already been designed, so there's an issue there. You know, the designers now got to come back in and figure out where to put these chases. So it's not as big of a deal in a building that's getting ready to be designed. But then I take it one step further, and I go into residential, and I go in, single family. What's going to happen when we go start doing change outs? I don't know. I don't know if that code is going to apply to a single-family home, but I kind of suspect it will. And that line set's already in the wall. We're going to have to build a chase and put that in. I mean, I just think we're headed down a road here of some complications.
That's a great question. I appreciate that question a lot. That is a great question. I will tell you, it reminds me of there was a manufacturer called the Ream Manufacturers back in the 80s. They tried to corner the market on replacements or change outs, or they tried to corner the market by making a compressor that could handle a 1/4-inch line copper line, which no compressor should be put under that pressure. So what they tried to do is cornered it so that when they had those things installed, they had to use that Rudd Ream product line, which was a great idea, but it just forced us to think outside the box. So what we would do is put a gutter on the outside of the house, run the Freon line on the outside of the house, and what that does is we would have to leave the Freon lines inside the walls and then just run a brand new line set on the outside of the house, which is more than likely what's going to happen in this case. So using a gutter to cover it so it doesn't look like, I've driven past jobs that the guy that did the job was obviously not raised by my daddy, leaving it look like a big copper line twisted up down the side of the house. But what we do in those cases is we run the Freon on the outside of the house, put in a nice, white soffit gutter, so it just aesthetically looks a lot better. So, but I'm sure that's what we're going to have to do. But that's a great point. That's a really great point.
That might solve part of the problem. And you mean a downspout, you mean a downspout.
Yeah, you can. Yes, that is what I mean. Yes. What did I say? Gutter? I'm sorry. Yes, downspout is exactly what I meant. Thank you. All right. Sorry, we got a break. Is that it? Is that it? Oh, we're all out of time. Thank you, Gary. That was a great comment. I appreciate you calling in and helping the show and helping homeowners. Thank you.